All right, here we are. This is Sunday. It is the Crystal Studio stream. I do this every Sunday, usually around 10:30, 11, depending on what's going on. Today, it is a double stream day. So there will be this public normal stream, and then I'm doing the members only hangout while we do art stuff. So that's coming up at 12:30 Mountain Time. So we have a whole bunch of people already signed up in the club, and a whole bunch of people seem like they're excited to come and hang out and do art stuff. I'm really a proponent. I don't know how to English. I shouldn't use large words today. I am a supporter of people hanging out and doing art together. I have a brain that prefers body doubling and being around other people while I do stuff in some circumstances. Art is fun to do together, so it works out really well. Hopefully, it works out for you guys too. But we'll hang out, we'll do studio updates for this, and then take a short break for those members that want to come to the other one, and then we'll do that later on. And there might be stuff that I'm working on that you may not have seen before, so perks. Anyway, I will say hi to the people who are here. We have Amy. Good morning. Brenda. Good morning. How's it going? It went from like multiple feet of snow to and like shut down roads to now it's sunny and summer weather, and I don't understand. And I know a lot of places in the States are having problems with tornadoes and flooding and all sorts of stuff. So if you're in an area affected, hopefully everything's okay. That's always very scary. So stay safe. Make sure you take care of that first. Don't be watching the stream if there's a tornado warning in your area. Yeah. So anyway, we have Pam. Good morning, Pam. Julia, hello. How's it going? Kimberly, morning. Amy says, I'm the same way with arting. I don't care if we both don't say anything. The whole body presence makes a big difference. That is totally a like neurodivergent brain thing where it's like, I just need somebody there. Being alone, your brain's like this and that and squirrel and coffee and squirrel. Squirrel having coffee. Squirrel stealing my coffee. So yeah, I get it. Totally. 100%. That's why I'm hoping these will work. And then for members, kind of going forward, what I'm going to do is maybe put up a poll and see what days kind of work. It's not always going to be necessarily after the Sunday stream. We might try like a Wednesday in the evening. That's kind of when I'm available for a couple of hours. Or I know most people work during the day, so during the daytime is probably not the best fit. But we'll find something that works for most people and kind of move it around so that everybody gets a chance to come hang out and do fun stuff. Hopefully that works. Sandy says, afternoon from live showing in Eastern Maryland. Oh, hello. Hello, live show in group or Sandy being at the live show. Brenda actually streamed my stream at a show in Canada before, which I couldn't attend, but I streamed, so I was kind of there half in person. It's weird. Anyway, that's cool. It's a good way to like double dose on the model horse thing. There's lots of shows I've seen pop up because we're getting into nicer weather and people are having fun. So that's very cool. Hopefully you're doing well, Sandy. That'd be fun. Laura Rocksmith says rabbit. There's squirrels or rabbits. Ooh, shiny squirrels. There's always shiny squirrels. I noticed now that I'm filming more and like when I'm live streaming, I can kind of see what's going on the screen. And I know I'm a hand talker, but I find that I try and contain my hands by like wringing them, which is not helpful. So I'm going to try I'll still do hand gestures because that's my thing. I can't not do hand gestures, but maybe less of the wringing of my hands and like, stay. So if you notice me doing that, I'm trying to wrangle them because they're wild like squirrels and they're distracting my brain. Hi, Julie. How's it going? Good morning. So yeah, that is a thing. I wanted to mention too, because I haven't posted it yet. There's been a lot of stuff. The club stuff has been a lot of stuff, but it's been going really well. So for those of you who hadn't heard, I started new clubs. So there's the Medallion Club with a couple of different formattings of that for international or kind of domestic US Canada. There's a way to upgrade that. So you get the sticker club sticker that comes in the months between. So you get a month every sticker. Oh, Maybe I do need to wrangle my hands. You get a sticker every month. I'll just make like one communal hand gesture with my hands stuck together, and it'll just look like I'm praying. I don't know. Oh dear, I just distracted my whole brain cells. There's two of them. They're both distracted now. I'm in trouble. So, you get a sticker or something in the mail every month, whether that's the Medallion Club box with the sticker in it or a sticker in between. I have fun, colorful envelopes that I'll be sending the stickers in, so you will not miss them in your mailboxes. And maybe we'll get to the point where I can do something else fun. But right now, that'll be cool. And then there's a sticker club. So you get a sticker in the mail every month. And then there's the supporter tier, which is access to all the online content. So the members only streams, all the tutorials that I posted. I think there's 7 or 8 up right now. One of them is broken into 4 segments with a 5th coming. I'm just having some issues with the end of that. But it's coming. There are things that cover hair. There's the painting of a face and kind of how the structure works and how light falls on the different structures and how you can accentuate it. So if you have a horse that has no real good definition in its face and it's kind of flat, you can accentuate that by painting and making it look 3D, which is what 2D painters do on their flat canvases all the time. Or you can take something that's really prominent, like if the cheekbone's like, "Mah," or the nose is like, "Mah," you can tone it down a little bit by shading in other areas and less so in those areas that are like, "Bleh." I have tons of stuff going on in the background for different content, and there's a downloadable form on how to do, or downloadable, not form. It's a downloadable, what do you call it? Attachment, I guess? It's a downloadable. Yeah, I don't know. That has the steps on how to do hair and all the materials required. So for people who like to have the like physical handout thingy, I am working on getting timestamps and stuff up for the videos, but we're not quite there yet. There's been a lot to do. Oh my goodness. So hopefully you guys that have popped in there have checked stuff out. There'll be an email going out soon to people who are already in the club just to see what you're thinking, if you like it, if you're finding any bugs anywhere, because the whole website's totally new. So it's a whole thing. File is a better way to put it. Sandy says she's at Mar Resins and Customs. Very cool. And your granddaughters are showing in novice. Yay! So cool to introduce littles to the hobby. It's so fun. Hopefully you have a good person that's judging novice in a very warm showing environment, because that always makes it awesome and so much fun. Tutorial file. It's like I was gonna say handout. It's kind of like a handout, but I'm not actually handing it out. So a downloadable file that goes over all the stuff. Anyway, words are hard. Very, very hard today. My 2 brain cells are struggling. So yeah, there's all that going on. I have some fun anatomy, sciencey things going on in the background that I'm going to be able to show you guys soon. There will be some components of the stuff that's paid for now that will trickle onto free formats, so YouTube and otherwise, in either condensed formats, clips, stuff like that, so that there'll still be some of the information going through, but the members will have access to like the long formats, all the me hand dancing, jazz hands, and all the rest of it, and some extra stuff, because I've been wanting to do that for a while. So this is a really good way for me to be able to incorporate it all and do some fun stuff for you guys, and still be able to support my existence. So if you're liking what I'm doing, then hopefully you can support, and if you can't, then I will try and do what I can to bring some of the stuff to the YouTubes for the free and the page and free sections of my website. But anyway, for people signing up before the 15th, we are the 6th right now. The 15th is next Tuesday. There will be a draw. I'm trying to get people to sign up before the 15th so I can make sure I get enough of the stickers and all the goodies that I need ordered in time. And so if it's all the way at the end of the month, that makes it very hard for me to appropriately tally how many people we're going to have. And that makes it extra expensive for me, which then makes the club more expensive. So if we can kind of keep that wrangled, that'd be great. So in honor of that, I'm doing another giveaway. I will be giving away a cute little Ruffles resin to the people that join up before the 15th. I'll do the random draw from all those members. Probably the following Sunday, so the 20th. And then, well, maybe I'll do it earlier. Oh, I like doing them live. Maybe I'll do it Wednesday night. Yes, let's do it Wednesday night. So Wednesday the 16th, I'll do the draw. And then you can have a cute little Ruffles resin. Or, because everybody was so excited about him before, I will give away another Bombus too. So there'll be another opportunity at one of these guys. Which basically, if you end up winning one of these guys, it's almost your whole club year in a free resin. So can't go wrong with that. And it's fun. So yeah, if you joined up already, you are already entered. If you join up before the 15th or by the 15th, kind of midnight is the deadline, then you'll be entered for one of those 2 resins. So I did Noki last time. I do have some medallions that I will be giving out as prizes for other things coming up soon. But we have some cool stuff. So yeah, hopefully that makes it a little bit more fun for everybody. I know it's kind of a pain in the butt to be moving from one system to another if you're an existing member. This is the first time, I think, in 6 months or longer that the club's actually had any openings and been open to public. So there's been people waiting, I know, in the background. So you can join now. Yay! And there's even more cool stuff. It's not just the Medallion Club. And I will keep trying to find ways to add surprise and delight to your mailboxes and your email boxes. Let's see. If you experienced any blips in the process, let me know. Just send me an email. You should receive when you sign up. When you fill out the form online, it will send you a PayPal link. Once you've filled out the PayPal stuff and submitted that, you'll officially start your sub, and it will send you a welcome email and a access code to get into the back end club site. And yeah, you're all good to go. But if you have any issues with any of those, let me know. Everything looks like it's going smoothly. I'm actually very proud. I'm proud of myself that I did all the coding and stuff in the background and it's all working. So yeah, that's been my hyperfixation. Oh my God, guys. I haven't since not recent Horseland, because they did a TV show. Let me show you on the screen. So apparently there was a TV show called Horseland that came out in 2006, which looks like it was very cool. But before Horseland, the TV show existed, there was a retro game that was basically kind of all coding in a sense. You had your stables, and to even see anything in your stables other than text, you had to code it in HTML. So going in and doing that was how you made something look really nice. It was quite the thing. Retro junk. No. So this was like a while ago. Pre 2003, 2002, before then probably, because I was doing anyway. Let's see. I guess there's a couple of ones that are similar that have popped up. So you have your normal Star Stable and stuff, and then there's a couple of other ones that had popped up online that are kind of similar. So yeah, it would have been the early 2000s version. Then I can't find any retro peaks of what it looks like, but you could raise horses, dogs. This one's apparently kind of similar. It's called Horse Phenomena. Horse Phenomena. There's even mini games. Leaderboards and music. Okay, I might have to check this out later because I haven't actually peeked too hard. But you have your clubs. You can be a part of different clubs. Different clubs give you, or used to give you, different points and things. There's a mini game. There's store where you could buy feed. Yeah, this is very similar actually. And I read it, said that this was kind of similar. So then there's the name of your horse. It's assigned a number, breed, age. They could get really old. They don't control that. How many points you have. So by showing in shows, you would get points. And then you could create your horse's image. And then people would use kind of weird text to make their thing unique, kind of like a brand. It was very, very cool. And then your actual homepage, where you were a member of, let's see, they have a Facebook page too. So Easter egg coloring. What? I thought that said watch for pants. Escape rooms? I have no idea. What is even going on? I don't understand. None of these things are ponies. I want pony pictures. There we go. That's mine. He's got like a little thingy. Anyway, that is kind of similar. Some people said that they played it. You remember it. You guys are my people. Let's see. The OG game, exactly, Julia. I was hardcore. I used to go to the library in my school and then the public library because I didn't have a computer at home for a long time, and like do all the coding and stuff. And I would go on different pages and like pull up the HTML and look through to see what things did, and taught myself kind of how to do the HTML coding that way. And then now there's so many other things. So I'm taking a Python course on how to do like programming. I did C and C++ when I was in school, and it was kind of first level university college. So it's refreshing really rusty things in my brain. But the gist of that is that's been my hyperfixation, and there might be some really cool stuff coming because of said hyperfixation, including the new website and all the stuff that makes the club run. But I think that'll be really cool. Anyway, Horse Isle 3 Addict? What is that? Star Stable, Rival Stars, Horse Reality. Horse Reality I had an account on. What is Horse 3? There's so many games. Ooh. Okay, well, now we're doing a thing. Hold on. We're going to retitle today's stream the stream about, let's see. There we go. The stream about pony games, apparently. So, yeah, let's see what we got going on here. Horse Isle 3. Hippity hoppity, get off my property. That's very cool. Yeah, there's so many neat games. And then we have Horse Reality. Let's see if it'll follow. It will. Horse Reality is really cool. They're adding mules, which are adorable. Their art is quite nice as well. So definitely, if you're into that sort of thing, check it out. If you're into more MMO type multiplayer online games, Star Stable's really good, and they have really cool horses and fun adventures you can go on. I don't have tons of time to game anymore, and my brain's weird since chemo, so it's hard for me to focus on stuff. So I'll hop in for a little bit, collect a couple ponies, and then I'm either like all in and I do nothing else, or I can't do it. So I dabble and have little spurts so that I have to like take breaks, or it's crazy. So anyway, that's been my existence, but there is very cool stuff coming from it that I will tell you more about soon, but it's only going to make the clubs better and the experience of the website better, and just all of my studio stuff is going to be cool. So I have so many plans. Anyway, it's been very rejuvenating for me to have things that I've been wanting to do since I don't even know, since I started, but more so like 2011 maybe and on is kind of when I really wanted to do all the educational component and start showing stuff and teaching and having more fun. So it's been bottled up for a very long time. That is a very long time to set on that idea. So now we can do the cool stuff. And that also allows me, because by working on said videos, I have to work on said ponies, which means I will have more stuff that will come out, which will be even cooler. It's like all the wins. We're just winning now. Just winning. Anyway, so that'll be fun. Amy says I played the OG Horse Isle 1 and 2 for a long time, then played 3. Haven't quite got into it yet. Horse Isle was a fun one. I never played Horse Isle. I'll have to check it out. I played Horse Isle when it was super pixelated. Pony Island. Okay, hold on. Horse Isle. I'm gonna keep these up in my browser so that I can remember to check them out. Pony Island. So when I was in computer programming in school, we had the Texas calculators, and Spirit had just come out, and not long before that, and I was obsessed with Spirit, like Stallion of the Cimarron, the original Spirit movie. And I coded text-based adventure games, so kind of like choose your own adventure text-based style, where you would go in and you were Spirit and you would meet different herd members and things would like come out and try and like another rival stallion would come and you'd have to, well, the computer would roll for you, obviously, but you would have different stats. And then as you progressed, your stats would be added to, and then you would challenge other rival stallions would challenge you. And then it would automatically kind of randomize the roles of how, kind of like D&D horse style, how you would interact, and then you would either defeat them or not. And it was just like wild. I wish I still had that program, but I spent a lot of time doing it. There was another guy that was doing more visual based programs, and I didn't know how to do the visual stuff very well, but I had text. Like, it was the longest storyline. You could go do a whole bunch of stuff, and it was just on my calculator. And then, of course, teachers, they're like, what could you possibly be doing on your calculator? I'm like, nothing. Not making horse games. So yeah, that's the thing that I used to do. It was really, really fun. I had a lot of fun with it. And I obviously didn't do schoolwork. I was doing pony game programming. See, I need the like practical application. Theoretical, not as much fun. But anyways, Pony Island looks intense. What? Oh, that's a whole gameplay video. Okay, we don't want to do that online. It's on Steam. Okay, well, that's silenced. I'll show this on here. It's a pony. What is going on? I will have to try this. It is a suspense puzzle game in disguise. You are in limbo, trapped in a malevolent and this. Okay. Did you put this on here specifically to test my English? A malevolent and malfunctioning arcade machine devised by the devil himself. And it's not a game about ponies. Oh my goodness. It sounds really dark. Pony lasers? Did I just... Oh my god. All right then. Well, that's a thing. Is Teresa here? Teresa needs to play this. Okay, then. I will definitely have to check that out later. I had no idea that existed, but there's so many different pony games and things. Anyway, and I was a huge Neopets person, so there was like all that too back in the day. Everybody's like pony games. Hi, Jody. Who do we got? Oh, I miss Karen. Hi, Karen. How's it going? Good morning. Yay, Jody's back to watch the live streams. So, Laura, I was a mod for 7 years. Where? Oh, My Little Pony World? I think everybody played the Pony Island. Oh my goodness. I was in a the Lion King fan art group too back in the day. But anyway, it's like weird nostalgia. And then one other kind of like there's a couple of like text role play things that I did, and yeah. Anyway, I still want to play Mirka Chase because that was my favorite. It was like a snake style game that I would play it for forever. But anyway, goodness, so much nostalgia and ponies. Oh, so yeah. Let's see. Lizzie was huge into Neopets. Julie apparently too. Amy. See, we're all just the same. We did the same stuff. It's cool. So yeah, there's cool stuff coming. And I can't wait to do more things. There's so many ideas in my brain. And it's, like I said, very rejuvenating for my soul to be able to finally be able to do this stuff. And it furthers the artwork too, which is kind of cool. I did sign up for National Tack Month, and I'm going to do a fantasy chamfron. So let me show you. I haven't done the design specifically yet, but I found a whole bunch of really cool photos. And if you want to play along and you weren't there officially, you can play along unofficially. That is totally a thing. I found a really cool site. This is so cool. That does tack, and I didn't save the specific name of it, but this is so cool. It's like, this one has fur all over it, so I don't think that that's necessarily what I'm going to do, because I don't know if I want the fur aspect, but I want to do leather worked, kind of cool, crazy design chamfron, and I kept it just to the chamfron, so the face piece, because I don't want to overdo it and spend 5,000 hours doing all the things. But they had some really cool, this one has dragons, like the dragons in the brow band. So cool. So I gotta draw it. So these are just kind of like inspiration for possibilities of what exists in real life, and then I'm going to play with some of the ideas around that. I've done them before sculpted, so it'll be neat to do it in leather. It's a new thing, kind of. I've done some of the leather work, but anyway, that's a fun thing. They did here's the breast collar for that same piece with the dragons in it. And I'll have to find the name of, let's see. Oh, they have it in the corner, but let me see if I can find it. I had forwarded it in a message before. I'll put it in the chat. Oops. It's called Fargorn Ranch? Fargo Ranch? NR Ranch? Fargorn. Fangorn. Everybody's just, it's like the world has designed words hard today. So yeah, super, super cool. Go check out their stuff. It's ridiculous if you want inspiration. But definitely check out the International Tack Month group that's doing all the cool stuff. They're showing tutorials and different resources too. It's pretty wild because you can get some really, really fun stuff and like scaling and horns. Can't wait. So I'm gonna do just the chamfron, so just the front piece, maybe with bridle underneath. I don't know. I just said chamfron. I don't know if that actually counts for the whole bridle too. I was kind of like, yeah, we're winging it. It's like my second time only. I did a saddle set the first time, which was from the kit, the Rio Rondo kit. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but it'll be fun. So anyway, doing that, and then I wanted to show you guys some pictures. So I went to see my pony yesterday, and I don't know why I'm stuck in an accent, but I am. We're just going to roll with it. And brought Nash along. So first off, this is Turbo and his funky facial marking. So it's like a little swoopy strip, and then it's a really big wide strip at the bottom, which is kind of weird and unique, and a little snip, right? The other day I went out in the dark and he was out there and I went to say hi and he looked a little weird, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. And I looked a little bit closer. This is not my horse. This is a different horse with a very similar facial marking. If it wasn't for like the little whoop up on the one side, so he's got like the little whoop up, I would have thought that was Turbo. And he was tilted, so his head was kind of facing like that way. So you couldn't quite see the little whoop, but I'm like, that looks weird. Like, what happened to your face? Your marking's all weird. Yeah, anyway, it's not my horse. He was kind of like, I don't know who you are, lady. So new horse looks like Turbo, which is kind of funny. And then I wanted to show you guys this too. So Turbo's got some really cool colors in his tail going on right now. That's kind of always. So he's got blonde in the middle, and then almost silver, and then it goes to like a really, really dark black, and then red on top. So the layers are really fun. You can kind of see here how he's got like red on top with almost like red at the very top, and then the black under, and then the silver blonde. So it's kind of fun to play with. I was messing. Turbo has a wiggly exclamation point. That is exactly how I described it to my farrier like that. I'm like, it's the horse with the big weird like wonky exclamation mark on his face, which is fitting considering he's usually like, ah, a lot. Speaking of Nasho came to the barn. He was a very city dog and was like, I don't really want to be in the mud and I don't understand what's going on and it's nice out, so I'm just going to lay here. And then he didn't want to lay down because it was kind of mucky and there wasn't a good place to tie him that had no muck that was close. So he ended up putting like a pad down and he just laid on the pad and then he ended up laying in the mud and like loving it. But took him a second. So he was having some fun. And then I like how I went on a image spree. This is his favorite spot now, is now behind the couch. So he'll lay behind the couch and he doesn't like it if the gap's wide. He wants it like perfectly his width if he's laying so that he's cuddled. And I think I told you guys about that last weekend. It's kind of fun. And then I took pictures of him in the snow. So the giant dog prints that are right in front of my boot are his, and a normal dog size is right beside. It's got like giant paws. But anyway, he will have been here tomorrow 6 months. We've had the puppy 6 months. Very cool. And then his silly face is the best silly face. He's enjoying life. He's a very spoiled, happy puppy, getting lots of love and all the good foods. And he's just like, he has silly moments and then he has very serious moments, especially when he's out in public. He's like, I am serious guard dog. And then when he's at home, he's like, which is kind of awesome. So he fits in really well. That's the actual Bigfoot. Yeah, pretty much. He has giant, his front paws are still really giant. So hopefully that doesn't mean a whole bunch more growth, but we'll see how it goes. I posted this throwback Wednesday. So this was a David resin that I did some customization on, new hair, new neck. I did tweaks to the face too, and then braiding. And the braiding, let's see if I can get you a better picture. I had one saved. But that might be one of the tutorials that I go over next because I'll make this bigger for a second. These, I worked really hard to try and get the braids really 3D, and I think it worked pretty darn well. So hopefully, if you guys are wanting to, then I can do something like that for the tutorials. It's something that you can vote on, and because not a lot of people do stuff like that, especially it's not as simple as you would think. It took me a while to figure out. But anyway, stuff like that is available because I'd like hyper fixated on braids for I don't even know how long. It was forever, and how to like all of it, and had a whole thing. So anyway, it'll be fun. I think that'd be kind of something cool to cover. There's a lot of hair tutorials, it seems like. So anyway, them little teeth. He's got such nice white teeth too. Like we have him eating like raw bones and stuff, and it cleans. His teeth came with some tartar buildup on them already, and it cleaned it all right off of them. So very, very cool. Very exciting. So yeah. Oh, I made the wrong thing bigger. How do I fix that? If I cleared that out. There we go. The whole thing's just, it doesn't, yeah. Anyway. We make it bigger, make it smaller. So yeah, that is the things that are going on in the studio currently. I have the Medallion Club medallion like super far along. I showed you guys a peek of it last time. It is up on the website, so check that out if you want to see the peek. I won't spoil it in the stream, as well as the initial kind of line art sketch of the sticker for May. I showed it the video on my socials, which is very cool. It has a chamferon. It's like we come full circle, kind of. Anyway, there just needs to be like a squirrel with a chamferon, and then it's full circle. I won't show you the full thing yet. I talked about it a little bit last time and spoiled it a little bit. I think you guys are going to really like it. It's very cool. I say that every time. I hope you like it every time, but This one's got like nostalgia vibes. We're talking about all the nostalgia games. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of things. All orders are caught up for stuff that's shipping out. So if you're paying things off on time payments, there's a couple of bitty biters that were paid off just within the last couple of weeks, and the Olps have been on like a holiday for a while, which is good. Yay! They need to do that too. Eventually, I will do that one day. So doing the holiday thing, and we will reconvene, I think, to come back today. So they'll be starting to ship things out this week. So those bitty biters should be going out, I think, this week or next week. And the Bombuses are all shipped. The Gnocchis and Taters are all shipped. So if you're paying stuff off, it's going to ship pretty quick, which is always good. I like that. And I have a couple of extra Bombuses that I will put up at some point soon for sale that are from various orders that either canceled or changed things up or whatever. So I'll have a couple of those available soon. Squirrelful instead of circle. I don't think that's wrong either. See, I can't talk. There's too many squirrels. We need somebody to let them out. Is there like a little squirrel operation where you can put a hole and let the squirrels out? But the ponies might leak out then, and I don't want that. So anyway, I think that's all that I had to cover this week. We talked about my hyperfixation, which is currently coding, currently in Python and HTML, and to make more things awesome for you guys. Getting the website and stuff ready. Again, if you are having any issues with any of the club stuff, let me know. If you want to sign up for the club before the 15th and be entered in a draw for this guy or this guy, you can do that on my website. And all the club levels are included. It's going to be a random draw amongst everybody. I'm not separating things out into the different categories. It is for any club members. Bobby's show in May. I think we have a conflict for that, so I don't think I'll be able to go to the show, which kind of sucks. It's like our only local show, but anyway, such is life. We have the drag racing truck almost ready to go, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that's kind of geared around that we got to do, and some other stuff that's going on. But anyway, Wrangle brain cells. If you want to join in on the live for today, it starts at 12:30, so in 45 minutes or so, and you're not already in the club, if you join up before 12:30, you will get the email that I send out at 12:30. So you got to make sure you pay by PayPal. So fill out the form on the website, and then I'll send you the thing right away. And then you hit the PayPal link, you pay it, and then you should get everything else. And then at 12:30, you'll get the link for the Zoom. It will be on Zoom this time. I might switch things over to not PayPal. Oh, too fast for brain cells. I might switch everything over to Google Meets because you don't need the app to participate in Google Meets. And it might just be a little bit more simplistic. I know a lot of people have Gmail, so we might try that out and see how it goes. But not for this one. This one will be Zoom like it was for the NamoPymo stream. And I will be working on a thing that I'm not going to tell you about until we get there. All right. Love you guys. Have a great week. I will see you next Sunday. Maybe I'll switch up the stream times just to let other people come in. I know sometimes the afternoon works a little bit better for some. So I might move it to the 1 o'clock again. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe 2. We'll see. I might do that. So don't be surprised. I'm going to try and announce it ahead of time, maybe by like Thursday or Friday, and then you're prepared for what your Sunday looks like. All right. Love you guys. I will see some of you in the stream very shortly at 12:30. So for exactly 45 minutes from now. And I think so. I can math. Yes. 45 minutes from now. Work on whatever. Hang out, chat. You don't actually have to be arting if you don't want to be. And then we will... Oh, Sunday, Easter. Oh, no, it is. I think it's next weekend. Okay. I will figure that out and post because I know people do Easter stuff on Easter. So let me know what works for you for time actually in the chat, and then we'll figure something out. So if you just say like morning, afternoon, maybe we'll figure that out because I don't know. When are people busy on Easter? Morning for eggs, I think, if you have kids. Help. Help me. Okay. Anyway, see you guys in like 45 minutes for members. Otherwise, everybody else on next Sunday, whatever time we do it, hopefully after eggs. Maybe I'll look for eggs. Okay. Love you guys. Don't feed the trolls. See you next time. Okay.